Testing. Hope you guys can hear me. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Not posting about video games. We're doing something just a touch different. We're doing a video on a very special gun. It ain't really special, but it is the Ruger 22 single 6 stainless steel. It is a cowboy style pistol. It's chambered in 22 and 22 Magnum. It can shoot 22 Magnum. In case you don't know what 22 is, you've probably seen it in my chipmunk video. That's that round right there. Let me turn my flashlight on, maybe. See if that helps a little bit. It's this round right there. You can see it is rim fired, but that's that 22 round. And this is the gun that can shoot that. And so we'll set that back down. And you know what? Just real quick, I'll show you that it is unloaded. You can see there are no rounds in the cylinder. So there we go. There's that. All right. So now, instead of shooting 22, just a normal 22 today, we're going to be shooting, let me get it out real fast, a very cool round. I think this is really neat. A 22 Magnum. 22 Magnum. You might be thinking, that's an odd looking round, which it kind of is. But it is the same bullet and everything. It's blunt on the end. You can see. Same bullet and everything. But the size of the cartridge, or I'd say the size of the casing, is a whole lot bigger. As you can see, it's packing a lot more gunpowder in that casing. So we're going to be shooting that here today. But the thing is, we can't shoot it. We can't shoot the gun in this cylinder. We got to swap it out for a 22 Magnum cylinder, because the 22 Magnum cylinder is rounded off. It doesn't have those little ridges in it, because the Magnum cylinder has to be perfectly rounded, and they'll have more strength if they cut those out and make them flush around. So that's what we're going to do. And let's see, do some quick history on this gun. So the cowboy style guns were obviously back in the Western times, when cowboys, you know, I mean, there are cowboys today, but back in the Western times. And when they say single 6, it has 6 rounds. So there you go. But it's also single action, meaning if I pull the trigger like this, it doesn't fire. Because normally, like, see, I will pull this trigger really hard. It's not firing. If it's a double action, you can pull the trigger back and you'll see the hammer come back, and then finally, after the trigger gets to a certain point, it will release the hammer, going forwards, hitting the firing pin and firing your round. But for this to fire, it's a single action. So whenever it's double action, it's doing 2 actions at once. It's operating the trigger and operating the hammer. So you're operating 2 actions at once, double action. But if it's single action, you can only operate 1 action at once, single action. Pull it back, and there you go. It is ready to fire. You can only operate 1 action. So you can only operate 1 action at once, or you can only operate 1 action, you know. So there you go. There's that. That's why it's a single. That's what they say, single. It's a single action. And back then, in the Western times, that's all they had. We didn't really think about a double action. We didn't really know how to do that stuff. I mean, there probably were people back then, oh my God, like, why do we have to pull the hammer back every single time we go to shoot? But that's just how it was back then. I mean, that's all we had. That's what you had to work with. And I mean, people, at least you had a gun back then. But there you go. But now the Magnum rounds here, a Magnum cylinder. Here's what we're going to do today. We're going to be shooting this big cylinder. As you can see, has very nice engraving on it. 22 Winchester, or Win, I would say, Magnum caliber. So it's a Magnum round, Magnum. As you can see, let's see. As you can see, put these 2 cylinders up close. You can see there are no ridges in this cylinder right here. There are ridges in that. They have to make them flush like this to have more strength. And this one is a whole lot more heavier than this cylinder. Trust me, it is. They might look like the same way, or they weigh the same, but trust me, they don't weigh near the same. So there's that. I'm going to show you actually how to take the cylinder out of this gun and put this cylinder in. These are called cylinders because it's like a cylindrical. So there you go. I'm going to show you how to do that, and yeah, here we go. All right, so to take the cylinder out, first thing you got to do is open the loading gate. This is a gate. It kind of works like a gate. It swings open, or swings closed, and then swings open. So there you go. Now that you got the loading gate open, the cylinder can spin freely. As you can see, the gun is unloaded. make sure that the gun is always unloaded when you're operating stuff like this. So then to take the cylinder out, you got to take the cylinder rod out. To take the cylinder rod out, you got to push this little button in. I don't know what the actual name of this button, and this rod should come out. Sometimes you might have to wiggle the cylinder around to get it in the right position, but the rod should just slide out. And you always want to make sure you keep these rods oiled so that cylinder can spin basically just frictionlessly. So now we're going to set the rod over here in the gun, try not to wipe any of that oil off of there. And then after you take it out, you see the cylinder moves around. You should be able to just pull it up out of there or tilt it and it should just fall out. But we don't want to drop it on anything because we want to keep it looking nice. So now we have the 22 Magnum, and basically just do this everything you did right now, just do it in reverse. I'm going to put the cylinder in just like that, as you can see. And then we're going to take the cylinder rod, we're going to put the cylinder rod down the hole while pushing the button in. And then it might not want to go in, but oh, there we go. When I first try, but it might not want to go in. You might have to push the cylinder that way some because you might have it pressing this way too much. But then once it is in, there you go, it's in, and you're ready to shoot the Magnum rounds. I am going to tell you right now, the Magnum rounds are a lot more bigger. They have a lot more power, and just for comparison, we will do a little comparison side by side on how much power the Magnum rounds have. So there's that. And then obviously, you know, just like 22, the Magnum rounds just slide into the cylinder just like that. And obviously we're not going to shoot those, so I'm going to knock that out. Let's see, get that drop out. There we go. Yeah, so there's that. And then so there we are. And I just want to say, can we just appreciate this nice wooden handle? I mean, this seriously looks good. I mean, it might not look as good on camera because my camera quality is very bad, but I just got to say, this is very nice looking. I love the look of that wooden handle. And then you obviously got the Ruger. So there we go. Let's go ahead and do a little shooting part, and I'll show you exactly how powerful these Magnum rounds are compared to normal 22. All right, the gun is all loaded up. I'm going to take it down right here to the firing, and hopefully we hit one of these rounds. You might not be able to see them. Hold on, let me zoom in real fast. That one right there, kind of, you see it a little bit, and then one right there, and then we got some cans we might try hitting. So hopefully we hit one of those. So I'm going to set the camera up and we'll get it rolling on. All right, got the camera set up. Let's try shooting one of those targets and have you guys focused on them, and then you'll see how loud these Magnum rounds are. So guns pulled back, got the hammer pulled back and everything, and here we go. Let's see if we can hit one. I missed on the first one, and I'm not good at a shot. There we go, we hit it. All right. I think I have one shot left. Man, that one's tough to get. Oh, no, I have 2 shots left. And we're going to make sure to set the fire. All right. That was all the shots. We'll go back, and then I'll show you the guys what the shells look like spent. All right, we're back. So, as you can see, I just shot those. I missed most of my shots. I hit once, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to get these rounds out. Now remember, these are bigger rounds. They are much louder. And then we'll do a little, man, oh my gosh, all the gunpowder that went down that thing. It's just terrible. Get that to move real fast. Sometimes the gunpowder, obviously the fire and everything comes out around the cylinder, like right here. So the gunpowder can sometimes, or just the burnt powder will sometimes get right there and get kind of clogged up a little bit. So sometimes you just gotta run it a bunch. But on normal 22 rounds, you normally won't have that problem because there's not as much powder coming out. Let's get a little bit of action of that coming out. You can see, pretty neat. There you go, just like that. So the gun right there, you have your 22 Magnum rounds. And there you go, just like that. Those things are pretty big. And then we'll do a quick side-by-side comparison on what they look like to normal 22s and then 22 Magnum, which is just right here. So we want to set these back and then get loaded up with the normal 22s and then 22 Magnums. All right, I'm going to load up a 22 Magnum, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to shoot it, and then right after, I'm going to shoot a 22. So first is going to be the 22 Magnum, and then second will be the 22 normal. So here we go. All right, so we're going to shoot 22 Magnum. You can probably see the target. I have it looked at. So there goes 22 Magnum. Let me get you actually on it. So there you go. That's it. Try shooting it real fast. All right. see how much it moves, and then we're going to do a 22 normal, just a normal 22 round, and you're going to see how much it doesn't move. All right, we're back. Now this is just a normal 22 round. Now, there we go. This should be it. Well, that time it's stuck. So there we go. Okay, I might have hit the 22 Magnum differently, so I didn't move as much, but you can tell the difference, and you could hear how loud, if you want to replay the video, you can hear how loud the 22 Magnum is compared to the just normal 22. So there's that, and now the target is stuck in place. And I do gotta say, look at that sun. That is a beautiful sunset. But there you go. So that's that, and I really don't have any more to say. So appreciate y'all watching the video so far, and if you enjoyed it so far, please leave a like, and we'll do more videos on the guns like this. So I was gonna say thanks to my dad for letting me shoot this gun. This is all his, and all the guns I've ever shot in his, I might be doing videos, those are his guns. So just want to say thanks for watching the video, guys. We'll see y'all later. So goodbye.